Initiates PLC. It's great to have everyone join us today. Please, if you are seated and there is an empty seat in front of you, please would like to make adjustments such that when others come in, or there would be enough seats for them to come in. Please, if there is an empty seat, please would like to crave your indulgence once again. So please move forward, and then we'll try to make space for people that are coming in next. I see seats in front of you. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Quickly before we go on, as it is our custom at the exchange, may I please ask that we pay attention to our screens for a brief video that speaks to our safety protocols and housekeeping rules before we proceed with the event. Thank you very much.
As part of our health and safety policy, please listen to the following announcements. For your convenience, the restrooms are located to your right, just outside the door of this event hall. In the unlikely event of an emergency, 2 exits have been provided for your use. A stairway that you can access from the lift lobby just before you enter the event center. Another emergency exit is located right behind the stage's backdrop. The door can be opened by pushing the handle. Please do not use the elevators during an emergency. Rather, locate the nearest exit from where you are sitting in a calm and orderly fashion. Emergency responders will also be available to provide additional instructions as required. Please switch off your cell phones or activate the silent function so we don't interrupt the proceedings here today. Once again, welcome, and do enjoy your stay at the Nigerian Exchange Group.
Thank you very much. Again, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us for this fact behind the combined offer by the Initiates PLC, public offer and the rights issue, which I believe is aimed at raising additional capital to strengthen the organization's operations, expand capital, and drive sustainable growth. I would also like to welcome the people joining us virtually. It is great to have everyone join us today for this engagement. Very quickly, please allow me to introduce the people we have on the high table. First, from the management of Nigerian Exchange Limited, please make welcome with me the Chief Executive Officer of Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chiemeka. Thank you. Next, we have Ms. Ivie Dimalkoje, the Team Lead, Primary Markets. Thank you. And next, we have Mr. Sam Ndata, the Doyen of the Market. And to the management of the Initiates PLC, the board and management of Initiates PLC, we have the chairman of the Initiates PLC, Mr. Joe Anosike. Thank you, sir. It's great to have you. Next to him is the managing director of the Initiates PLC, Mr. Ruben Osai. Thank you. We also have Barrister Olaide Odejobi, the company secretary. Thank you. We have Mr. Joseph Epinom, the non-executive director. Thank you. And we have Mr. Kennedy Ichibo, the group executive director and Korea Limited. Thank you for joining us. Very quickly, to have the welcome address, please make welcome with me the CEO of Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chiemeka. Please put your hands together. Thank you.
Doing, NGX. So on behalf of the board and management of NGX, I'd like to welcome you to this event, which is fast behind the offer for Initiates PLC. Today's fast behind the offer provides an opportunity for the Initiates PLC to engage the market, showcase its progress, and communicate its strategic direction to the investing public. This engagement not only deepens investor understanding, but also reinforces confidence in the company's prospects and in the broader role that capital markets play in funding environmentally responsible growth. The Initiates PLC, a leading waste management and industrial cleaning company incorporated in Nigeria, March 3rd, 1995, is the first waste management company to list its shares on the Nigerian Exchange Limited on October 25th, 2016. With a market capitalization of 12.7 billion, its continued presence on the Growth Board underscores a strong commitment to sustainable practices, embedding environmental responsibility and sound corporate governance. The services sector remains a key driver of the Nigerian's non-oil sector economy, accounting for 95% of GDP in the first quarter of 2025 and demonstrating its critical role in diversification and resilience. So between 2021 and first quarter of the year, this sector has traded over 216 billion naira value of shares, and the companies here have paid over 2 billion naira in dividends to shareholders, reflecting its liquidity, profitability, and capacity to sustain investor confidence. In reinforcing Nigeria's economic resilience, NGX continues to serve as a multi-asset exchange and has enabled the raise of capital of over 6.5 trillion naira as of September in capital raised across multiple asset classes, underscoring its role as a catalyst for enterprise expansion and national development. As Nigeria advances its agenda for sustainable industrialization and economic diversification, NGX remains at the forefront of mobilizing capital for environmentally and socially responsible initiatives. We recognize that companies like Initiates PLC, through their waste management and industrial cleaning operations, play a crucial role in environmental protection, public health, and the circular economy. In collaboration with institutions such as IFC, that's International Finance Corporation, NGX continues to deepen environmental, social, and governance integration and expand the issuance of label instruments that support real sector growth and align with Nigeria's sustainable finance objective. Additionally, through strategic partnerships with institutions such as Bank of Industry, NGX continues to bridge the funding gap for SMEs and high potential enterprises by expanding access to capital and promoting financial literacy across the market. The Growth Board platform plays a central role in this effort. The Growth Board, as you know, is one of the, to a large extent, leading boards that encourages the listing and trading of companies. The minimum capital requirements for the Growth Board is 15 million market cap to 500 million naira market cap. And the idea here is really to strengthen the SME and ensure that they have access to capital in line with our desire to ensure that corporates are able to raise capital from our market. So the Growth Board plays a central role in this effort, serving as a launchpad for small and medium-sized companies with strong growth potential to access long-term financing, enhance visibility, and scale sustainability. In addition, the X Academy reinforces the commitment by providing targeted capacity building, investor education programs, and strengthening the governance, transparency, and investor confidence, ensuring that emerging businesses are well positioned to thrive within the capital market ecosystem. So I would really like to encourage the initiatives to take advantage of the X Academy. It's something that Exchange has been doing for a long time, and it's not just for the general investors, but also helps listed companies to even better understand listing, post-listing requirements, as well as the governance structures that are emerging to ensure that the investors will continue to benefit from a sound governance of your company. So in closing, I commend Initiatives PLC for this bold step and for its continued commitment to growth and value creation in the Nigerian capital market. Your journey reflects the strengths and potential of companies on the growth board and reinforces the opportunities that the capital market provides for well-managed enterprises to expand and thrive. Before I say my final thank you, let me just congratulate the board and management led by the chairman of Initiates for this bold step coming to the market to raise capital. As you know, the NGX is a very, very viable platform. We're a member of World Federation of Exchanges. We're also heavily integrated with ASEA, which is African Securities Exchanges Association, that allows people to trade across different markets in Africa. And so if you think about all the international investors that use our platform, all the many domestic institutions that use our platform, as well as the retail investors that use our platform, we can be rest assured that the initiative should be able to raise the desired capital that they're looking for. And so we must thank them for taking this bold step, and I believe that our brokers will engage properly to better understand their strategy and ultimately price the company appropriately. That said, let me also thank our many guests that are here. I do recognize that there are some also that are online. Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon, and I believe that it will certainly be an interactive session that will allow you to ask all the questions you need to ask. I'm sure the Initiate PLC will be able to provide answers to that. So that said, let me also thank my colleagues at the NGX who have made this experience pleasurable, knowing what it takes to organize things logistically, especially my colleagues in corporate communications as well as primary market team that will be engaging with Initiates post this engagement to ensure that they receive all the counsel that they need for a successful outing. Thank you very much, and we look forward to an insightful afternoon.
Thank you very much. Please put your hands together for him again. It is now time to hear from the chairman of the Initiates PLC. But before I do that, let me quickly recognize Mr. Abimbola Babalola, the head trading and products. Next to him is Mr. Tolu Ajayi, the head technology operations, pardon me. Thank you very much. It is now time to hear from the chairman of the Initiates PLC, Mr. Joe Anosike. Please put your hands together for him.
Good afternoon, everybody. The Chief Executive Officer of NGX, the doing of the market, captains of industry, all the executives of the NGX, ladies and gentlemen, let me stand on the protocol which the Chief Executive Officer has laid down. We are here, Initiate PLC, to come and bring the good news. What I'm bringing is good news to all of us. I remember about 9 years ago, we came here, we ran to you, say we want to be listed. And NGX graciously approved that and took us to that level. After that time, we were a Kobo, company. Our shares were less than ₦1. This time around, over these years, we've been able to bake the cake, running the company effectively with very strong management team led by Mr. Ruben Osai, who has, with his team, built this company to this level we are. And we have consistently paid dividends, except during COVID, when there was nothing happening. And we have grown from Kobo to not 10 naira, but beyond that, and going up. So our company has grown, and we have, this cake is big, and we felt that we should call more people to partake in the cake so that they can enjoy what we're enjoying. The dividend payout has been consistent and very good. So ladies and gentlemen, this company, when we started, to be frank with you, we didn't know we would get to this level. But with the strong board and management, we are here now. And we want to assure you, the stockbrokers, the NGX, and all the stakeholders to believe in us, because where we are going, we have not started. Because we are in the growth board. That is not where we intend to be. We intend to grow beyond this and get into the main stock market listing, because we have all it takes to get there. And this is a step. This is our second step. So the next step will be that. So we are very grateful to NGX for having faith in us, for giving us your platform to do what we're doing, and we are very, very happy, and we assure you that this company will grow, and all the people who invest in the initiates will call us in a few years' time and say, we didn't know it's going to be as good as this. So on this note, I want to say you are all welcome to this facts behind the combined offer. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is now time to have the presentation from the Initiates PLC, but let me also recognize Mr. Chinedu Akamaka, the head markets regulations. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you very much. Now it is time to hear from Mr. Ruben Osai, the managing director of the Initiates PLC. He's already making his way here. Please put your hands together for him.
Good afternoon. The Chief Executive of the NGS, your team members, the doyen of the floor, our team that have supported us, and guests seated here. I want to welcome all of you this afternoon to this occasion. Of course, we've been here before. When we came in here before, we came to announce our presence, our existence. Today, which is our second coming to this floor, it's not really to announce our existence anymore, but probably to say, let's test or measure what our capacity of earners. Are we trusted? Are we there with the team? That's what we have come to do today. It may be called listing of our shares or bringing our shares to the public, but to us, or to me in particular, I see it as coming to see if we have created a brand that people have trusted. That's the way I see it. Initiates PLC was here to tell you some time ago, about October 2016, what we were doing and to announce to you that we exist. And we have not been able to run away from that announcement. I know on the floor sometime that day, somebody said, these people have come to just list and go. But I want to ask, or I've taken a note from what the executive said here. He said 500 million cap, if I got that right. So we are heading for that. Thank you very much. The Initiates, as we know, is an environmental company into waste management, precisely hazardous, that is what we are doing, hazardous waste management and industrial cleaning. And we have been in this space for about 3 decades, thereabout. For the first decade of our existence, we used this to develop the company. And today I can tell you that the company has, where does it reflect? I'm pushing it, don't reflect. Okay, it's up now. So the company today has established itself, and like I want to tell you, our core business area, or our core values to our business is actually innovation, as the name implies. Can you please help? Let me see where I should point this. Okay, I point this. Okay, good. Okay, it's innovation, commitment to safety, commitment to compliance, and excellence. We also have professionalism as part of our core values in our business, and this has helped us in defining integrity within our scope, standards, and competence. This has been our drive word. If I want to tell you what Initiates is doing to this, to tell you that we are standing between industries, the society, and the environment. The intersection is where we have found ourselves. And what we are doing there is to see that we reduce, or if possible, take out risk from the development from our society, from the industry. That's what we are doing. So we are not only a company created for commercial purpose alone, but created to also give value to the society in general, which may not be paid for by anybody. That being said, our board, I would introduce them a little because not all of them are here, but we have a very diverse board. We have health officers, professionals, you have HSE professionals, you have accountants, and you have engineers in our group as board members. This diverse group has helped us, or the diversity has actually helped us to understand the ecosystem where we operate very easily. And this has tremendously improved our performance with a great support from them. My management team also is quite diverse like that. And then we have about 6 of us piloting these affairs. One of us currently is in Uganda, running our show in Uganda today. And I would say that we have a cumulative of about 104 years of consolidated experience in the field where we have found ourselves. Our industry is quite robust. It's a life industry because as long as human beings live, they must do something to keep them alive. And whatever you do to keep you alive is part of economic development. And that exactly generates weights. So if we must exist, if the society must exist, we must be there. That is the meaning. So it's life because as long as we are there, waste will be generated. And as long as waste is generated, Initiates has a role to play. So it's a very robust and live group. It's also a growing industry. Of course, it's not well established in Nigeria because what defines waste management really is law and enforcement. So today, we are seeing some wind in that direction, that there is some growth in this regard in terms of enforcement. And as you understand, this industry, commercial value is over 15 billion. Annual commercial value is about over $15 billion. And it's growing at about 4.5%. So which is a very huge industry. Why is it not playing well? For example, you have in Africa, about 13% of the population is in Africa. But the market value of waste management is about 3% in Africa. So it is all about governance, it's all about enforcement of rules and standards. So we are sure that the improvement that is coming on will help in the development of our industry. So at the point we are today, even the new area that we have gone into, which is cleaning, industrial cleaning is a complementary service to waste management. Why is it so? As processes process goods and services, these goods and services going through a process line will definitely have effect on the infrastructure that is generating those. And along the line, what happens is that there will be need for maintenance. For example, when they say refinery is going on shutdown, what does it mean? It means cleaning and changing of parts, and that is where we fall in. So it's a maintenance sector that we have found ourselves, which is very good. So what are the drivers of this industry? I've mentioned one. One of them is regulation, industrial growth. As industries are growing, we're going to see that. And we will see that also private sector partnership with public is also one of the main areas because of the capital outlay in this business. And in addition to that, you will see that expansion that has come on now, regional expansion, where people are moving from one place to another, will also be a major drive to this growth, our industry. Our services, of course, our services, specific services here includes tank cleaning and FPSOs. Of course, we know the drive today by Nigerian government to improve their production capacity in oil and gas. Vessel cleaning, both boilers and heat exchangers, cleaning of surfaces and preparation of surfaces. Of course, we are not into janitary cleaning. We have hazardous waste management, destruction of chemicals in incineration, asbestos management, which of course we know is a dangerous. These are a range of services that we offer in this industry. Yes, our journey has been very, very wonderful. Though very slow, but it's slow because we want to. First of all, we are not known. The industry we have found ourselves is also not a very vibrant industry today. So that is one of the reasons why we are slow. We've used the first decade to define ourselves, to strengthen the value that we want to bring into the market. And in addition to that, we have been able to develop a good brand that is known within our sector, within the waste management, especially the hazardous waste management sector. We are well known. And the next decade, which is going to end probably 2020, will end 2025. Within this decade, we've been able to develop various sources of revenue. We have also been able to bring ourselves to this market for visibility. And in addition to that, we have made investment in Uganda. It's taking us outside Nigeria. We are currently operating in two areas in Nigeria, one in the west of Niger and the other one in the east of Niger, and with our investment in Uganda. So this is what we have accomplished in that decade. The next decade, which we are preparing to enter from 2026, we look at consolidating what we have achieved within the past 20 years and to look in a new direction. And our new direction looks bright, much more than what it is now. We're expecting that our new decade is being reinforced by the demand for cleanliness and higher standard of living, which we have all witnessed. So waste management is going to take more of our center stage of government and development will also reflect that. So this stage, we intend to consolidate on most of our achievement, especially in the oil and gas hazardous waste management sector. And we also want to see that we prepare a good foundation for public waste management. I know that if I say public waste management, I'm referring to municipal waste management. Lagos was on before now, and people were looking up to Lagos for most of the things they were doing. Incidentally, there was a time Lagos was making about 700 million monthly from waste management. And in Rivers State, where we are located, we're using about the same amount to manage waste. So you see the opposite. So it's about regulation, it's about enforcement, it's about transparency. So we see that so many states are heading towards that. Of course, they have not been considering waste management in most of their budget activities and plans. But it's becoming clear that waste management, first of all, commands some attraction. If you do waste management well, you are likely to have people who will be attracted to your state to make investment. Tourism will also be reflected. So many states now are taking it serious. I think one of their major constraints from what I've gathered from my movement around the country is financial outlay, and some of them also cry for lack of professionals, but because they have not looked in good direction. So we are sure that the next decade of initiatives is going to be phenomenal because it's going to turn a new leaf, it's going to move us to the public waste sector. I tell you, the public waste sector in Nigeria controls over 75% of the total commercial value of waste management. So if we are found there, it means it's going to be wonderful, even if it's going to be by a true state. And what is the instrument we are looking at? We are looking at PPE as a major instrument we are going to use, which many governments, including Akwa Ibom State, they have a legislation in this regard, and even Enugu State have it in their development plan. So we are looking at catching up with these states as we progress. So we are laying foundation for that. Of course, the Chief Executive have mentioned how we have moved. You can see our movement within the years, and within this year, we've seen us moving from 2.2 to about 12. Yes, this may quickly be astonishing, or probably people will look at it and say, is it magic or so? But I think when we go back to our results, we'll be able to know what has really driven this whole development. And if you go to our performance, you can see what has happened. Yes, my chairman said it that we had a challenge, which was a universal challenge. Of course, our business is related to human activity. And COVID was an action that stopped human activities or reduced it. So it affected us greatly, and we couldn't do anything reasonable in terms of development. Our trajectory, you can see it from our dividend payment. We started well, but today I will tell you that we have completely recovered from COVID. We have completely recovered. We actually recovered in 2023. And by 2023, we made some payment. 2024, we did. And like a usual practice for us. We are kobo, like somebody said on this floor, but I think we are moving beyond kobo. It's going to be a share that people will look up to in time. It is not an immediate thing. Like I said, we are crawling, but we are getting there. And this will tell you that we are getting there. You see the growth in our revenue, over 300% growth in our revenue within 2 years. And if you also look at our net profit, indicates that clearly that is a corresponding increase that has also shown in that area. Even if you look through to see our asset is also jumping like our revenue. So what I would want to talk about more when we move on here is, why are we looking for funds? Why have we come to this place? We have come to tell you that we have shares that are bringing to the market. And these shares that we are bringing to the market today consist of right issue that is based on 1 to 5. That is how we are going to raise it for our members that are here. Members of our, shareholders in our portfolio. And a public offer that is going to go at the price of 950 kobo. This is the offer we are bringing to you. But what do we intend to use this for? I think that is a critical thing that we need to understand. We are going to use this to buy equipment, plant and machinery, replace and also buy new ones that will position us for the new actions we want to take for the new decade. We're also going to use it to invest in areas where third parties are currently managing for us. These areas include logistics, storage systems that we use in waste management. We will want to take away the third party to see that we improve our cost management and increase our bottom line in our operation. We will also want to use it to complete the Western facility where we've started. Currently, we're operating from that Western facility in Delta State. What are we doing here? We want to improve that, we want to complete that development so that all the activities that we are taking in other places, in the Eastern facility, can be also done there, especially waste from the areas in that direction. This is to improve our competitiveness in that area. We will also employ this money in redevelopment of the old facility we have in Port Harcourt, that is the Eastern facility. This is to enable us improve our compliance with the new direction of government. Of course, what will all this amount to? To our stakeholders here, I'm sure these are stories. What it will amount to is that within 5 years, we are likely to have 500% growth in our dividend, 500% in 5 years. And we are going to have annual growth of about 50% in our earnings. So these are the targets that you'll be looking out for, probably when we're coming back again, because I'm sure we'll be coming for the main board, definitely. And we'll have asset growth. We'll also use to see how we can improve our international positioning if it becomes necessary. So why should you invest in the initiates? Yes, we have a good company, we have offer we have brought to you, we have told you what we want to use it for. Why should you invest in us? Of course, currently we are leading in this sector we have found ourselves, the hazardous waste sector. We have won an award from one of the major multinationals for cleaning and for waste management. I will tell you that, not boasting, but I will tell you that these are things that we have earned. We have disposed asbestos, about 5,000 tons of asbestos for Shell in this sector we have found ourselves. And we're the only company that have done that in record time. We also have experienced people why you should invest in us. These are people that are expert in this field. I won't hesitate to tell you that Osai is one of the first Africans to be certified as international waste manager, so by International Solidarity Association. So I've led the industry here. Yes. I've also led the development of waste management profession in Nigeria as the premier president of Waste Management Society of Nigeria. Today is being recognized by the government, by the National Assembly law of 2023. That is at 41 of 2023. Today is a professional body. This is the work that I nurtured myself with a team of Nigerians who has worked with me. It's experience that I bring into board to see is not just for the interest of commerce, but also the interest of sustaining Nigeria and the Nigerians to come. I want to say that I don't want to talk much, but we don't have time, really. Otherwise, I would want to speak and speak and speak more. But I have. Okay, please. Regulation is improving in Nigeria, and we are fully on the front line. We are the first people to bring robots in cleaning in Nigeria. That tells you that we are ahead of them. So I don't think regulation will bring us down. And if you know, even the market knows, the market is driving it. ESG today is becoming an issue. These are things that is going to improve our demand, our services. So let me just say that I can't complete all of them. I can't present everything. But I've done the little I think is necessary within this time. But I want to encourage you to give me questions, probably that will give me room to talk more on issues that will establish us in this market. Let me thank you once again, and I sit down to take your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. It is now time to take questions. Perhaps we've got questions for the management of the Initiates PLC. Please signify by raising your hands. If we have questions, I see one behind. Maybe we'll take in sets. So we'll be able to take a couple of questions together. Okay, so I see one here. Yes, please.
Sir, my name is Oge Ifejoku from Crane Securities. We've heard all that you've said. You almost turned into a teacher. I want to say, please, when are you coming in? Because it seems the pie is so big for us to buy it. We want to buy it out of it. So when are you coming to the public? When is he coming for the offer? He's coming.
The offer is live.
Yes. When is he coming out? When is he going to begin? When is it going to take place?
So I'll leave that to management to answer, but let's take one question on this side. Sanona.
Since there are two chairmen, one from the company and one for this occasion, I want to greet the two chairmen combined. But the in-house chairman, I want to mention that once the master of ceremony asked us to move forward, I was going to move with the screen so I can follow, but the screen refused to follow me. That's why I stayed back where I'm seated. So apologies for not moving because the screen refused to move. Initiate. I would want to think that after your initial offer, you stayed too far from the market. Using your own words, in 9 years, this is your second coming. And for somebody who is learning the road, I don't think you'll have stayed this far from the market. Maybe if you were not to raise money, you probably will not remember this market until much later. And I don't think you've done well in that regard. So I'll be hoping that after this event, you try and relate with the market much more than when you need money. But I want to also thank you for your presentation. You talked about 50% annual growth. There are quite a number of companies globally that will grow the top line, but you will never get to find much more from the bottom line. Will you be willing to speak around what's your, because anybody who is investing is also investing in terms of return. What type of return are you hoping will come the way of people who will be putting money in the company? The second major area that I also will want you to talk around and talk about has to do with competition and growth within your sector. Yet you are like John the Baptist, but I'm sure there are quite a number of disciples that also have followed after you got in there. And that's why you talked about third-party activities. So talk about competition, because it's also important that for those of us who are not in your space, that we need to understand what exactly is going on in your space, because that itself will also help in terms of how attractive you then be looked at going forward. Lastly, I heard you talk about where you will be deploying capital once you raise the money. But I'm not sure that you did link the Eastern and the Western position in a manner that it makes sense for me as an investor if it comes to having to save costs. Yes, you talked about third party. Even the third party, what percentage of your business is currently being handled by third party? So if you also want to take that business away from them, that also gives me an understanding of what you basically are doing. And on a final note, I want to thank you again for being in the market. And the reason for this is that if you look at the side of the country that you come from, I'm not sure you can mention any company that is listed on the market. So I'll be hoping that you do so well, just like you talked about, that other persons would then emulate the fact that you are listed on the exchange, because that is the only way our country can grow. The more of publicly quoted companies that we have, the better for us. Not Nona and Osai group of companies, and they share the profits, they share the dividend, they share all the things without other person enjoying in their intellect and in the economic development of their talent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we'll take one other question here, and then we'll get a response from you. We'll come back. Mike, please. Okay.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, the chairman, one from NGX, one from the Initiates. All protocols observed. I really like this company, and I had some pressing activities earlier on, but decided to try as much as possible to be at this event today because I knew barely nothing about the Initiates. In fact, the name itself put me on the inquiry, that what are you initiating? But I think with the presentation of the chairman and the able managing director, I have been well enlightened about the mission of the company. And I think I align fully with this mission because ESG is an issue that affects all of us and the planet in general. But I just want to say that this company is operating in the eastern part. circulating around the petroleum industry, and that's where the money is. So that's why you are probably there. But the real environmental issue is prominent more in Lagos. And you know, you are actually moving in future with your projections to go into public waste management. So I think Lagos is the main market. I don't know, I just said, let me throw in the suggestion that by the time you cover the eastern portion of the country, you have made all the dollars from the petroleum industry. Please also look at Lagos and come and rescue us from the mess that we are experiencing here in terms of public waste management. Thank you very much.
Are we able to take one more question before we get answers to them? All right, so let's have this question.
I have to recognize my two chairmen and the executives here, people on the table, and my doyen. I must mention my doyen before I start speaking. Wonderful one, good one. I'm impressed. I just sat down and I was looking at your books. I'm very, very impressed with your books. Impressed what you have been doing since you recovered from COVID. From 2002, it has been a very, very wonderful one, both the top line and the bottom line. And I'm looking at your TTM too. So what you are even doing now is more better than the marvelous thing you did last year. And I've seen when the MD was making his comment and was saying 50% upward projection, I can see from 2022 you have been doing much more than that. Both top line and bottom line, you grow from 800 to 4 billion in your revenue. And I saw your 1.3 billion last year, and your TTM is currently 2 billion. So that's a wonderful one, good initiative. What I wanted to add, my prof has also said that when you are done with the oil sectors, Nigeria needs cleaning. So I think it's a company for the future. And I think we should all start investing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Now we can have responses to these questions. Yes, you can go ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me start with the offer. The offer is going to be open on the 5th. On the 5th of November, which is precisely next week. So that is cleared. Yeah, we kept away from the market for some time. Of course, our relationship with the market supposed to be we coming to brief the market and brief the shareholders. Of course, we're also coming late from our plan. What we wanted to do before now, we were obstructed just like every other human being by COVID. But I recognize that we need to have greater relationship, improved relationship with the market, probably coming here to tell you the improvements and the additions we are making in our system. But I'm sure that people on the other side in the market are getting our reports. It's been published. Even during the COVID, we complied very well. But I recognize that we need to improve because, when I saw the chairman of the exchange, I just looked at him, because I didn't recognize him. That tells you that the relationship is poor. I want to agree with you. We will improve. We will be visiting. Thank you very much. Yes, I mentioned that our dividend is going to go up by 500% in the next 5 years. I did that. The last dividend we paid was 10 kobo, and we anticipate that we'll be able to pay in Naira in the next 5 years. Very, very clear. In terms of competition and growth, we have competitors, but if you look at our name Our name is special. That name tells you that we are creating, we are innovating ideas. We are not initiating people. We are initiating ideas. So, yeah, we look at the competitors. Of course, the space we have found ourselves before now, before the new decade, is a special area where if you don't know it, you don't know it. You don't come there. So that expertise has kept us far above others. Now that we are going into the public waste, we are not anticipating too much competition. Why? The public waste management is laced with two things: politics and capital outlay. I'm sure that our visibility here will improve the number one question, which is capital. If I tell you in your state that I have $200 million to invest in your state, you should be tumbling, if you are reasonable, to see me. That's one of the things. So our plan is to see how we can develop ourselves in terms of network, to see that the next equation, which is public network, government network, comes into it. Besides that, competition will be difficult for anybody to come close to us. Yes, the issue about how we are using this fund, I talked about East and West. We just started operation in our Western operation in Delta State. We just operated there for about 9 months. It was almost like a makeshift, I would say, not completely developed. So we are putting almost 35% into that area to see that we bring it to standard, and then to be doing all the services that we render in the East. And we'll be spending about 20 to 25% probably in the East, where we already exist. Why do we want to do this? There are legislations that we're anticipating that is going to come. And this legislation will demand certain development to be done, both in our equipment and in the infrastructure we have on ground. So we'll be redeveloping that to meet that compliance purpose. Why the West is for us to get to a competitive position. On the issue of third party, which I mentioned, waste management, about 40% of waste management costs lies with collection. Even the little one we are seeing in Lagos will tell you, collection is a major component. And the third party, for a long time, we said we don't want to do things that is not our core area. So we left collection for our subcontractors or vendors that are doing that, including skips, waste containers. This come from Swire. And if we imagine that you spend 40% of our cost, and we're going to prune this down by this investment, you know what it will be on our bottom line. So that's the reason for that. I want to thank you for liking us, and at the same time, to tell you that our name is not initiating, but just creating new ideas. And people who teach themselves, like I was saying in our company, who taught the first teacher. So that is about our name. Yes, somebody mentioned the issue where we have been in the oil and gas. The waste management business is defined by law and enforcement. Today, you can throw your rubbish anywhere and walk away. In the oil and gas, you can't throw your waste anyhow. So these are focused on narrowed us into oil and gas. It's not intentional that we want to be in oil and gas, but the ecosystem of our business is only found reasonably well in the oil and gas. In our new strategy, we said we want to move out from the oil and gas gradually after consolidating. And we are taking this position because of the changes that we have seen within the environment, business environment of waste management. So we want to come to Lagos, but I don't know how to say it, but I will mention it that I said it that at the time Lagos was making 700 million when my friend was there, Rosanya. And at that time in my state, in Rivers State, we were spending 700 million. I don't have the figures today, but I doubt if Lagos is recording such revenue. So there's a kind of a revise in Lagos that will need to be strengthened. Of course, our critical focus for public waste lies on first analysis of the areas we want to go to. It's number one, stability, continuity of programs, and states that have also sustained private sector investment. These are the areas these are the key things we are looking at. Yes, has this government or this state, have they run very well with continuity? And then in terms of their program, have also continued their program. So we are looking at Lagos critically. Lagos is a main hub where we are having over about 10,000 tons of waste generated. So it's a big business in Lagos. And we're happy to come in once there is an improvement in certain other factors. Thank you very much.
I think if you think about the fact that this company listed on the growth board, and from every indication, you can see a commitment to move to the main board. The MD was just asking around the requirements for that. I think they deserve a huge round of applause. First, for believing in our market, and also for democratizing the opportunity that they find in this space. If you're conversant with ESG and what happens with our premium board, they command the highest liquidity. So perhaps the main board listing is just the beginning. If you look into the future, this is clearly a premium board company, and we must encourage them.
Thank you very much. Do we still have questions? Okay, very good. It is now time to hear the vote of thanks from the Doyen of the Markets, Mr. Simon Data. Please put your hands together for him. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will first thank the Stock Exchange for providing this platform for Initiate to come and express themselves. And I also want to thank the financial advisors who did a fantastic job to package them, to bring them here. And I want to tell you that you should keep them, because I've seen that they are good financial advisors. They are really doing their work. You were here 9 years ago. Yes, that was your first missionary journey, I should call it. Yes, and I want to advise that if you put yam or plantain in the fire, if you don't turn it, it will burn. I think you know that. Yes. And the first movement you made 9 years ago, you just came to offer sacrifice to the gods. And you did not come back to see if the gods have taken the sacrifice. You are coming back after 9 years. Is that good? Well, I'm just asking you if it is good, because I'm putting the fish tail back on the fish mouth. Well, I'm very, very happy because you have come, and you can now see that you cannot clap with one hand. Because when you came in your first missionary journey, you went back and thinking you can clap with only one hand. But now you have realized that the other hand is needed. Okay. Thank you very much.
Why I'm saying all this is because he that is dancing does not see his or her back. It is those that are watching that will tell you you are dancing well or you are not dancing well. Okay. And I realized from what I've seen from your report and your talk this afternoon, from you and your chairman, that the goat is sweating, but the bears in the goat body are refusing the sweating to see the daylight. But we can understand that really you are sweating. I've seen also that you have the will and the passion to move this company forward. And I'm very, very happy, and this market is also happy. We'll applaud you for that. You see, when you came the first time, some of the people that watched you, they say, these people, they are just like the fowl that say that is going to the dustbin and nothing is there. But each time, not only going there herself, but it goes there with the children. You can see how many people you have in the company now. You call it a waste company, Abi? We can see you are making money from the waste company. What you want to do now is to enlarge your cruise, because you have tested what is there and is good. You want to move forward. We'll support you. And you have also said, because no word that is spoken here that goes for nothing. You said by the next time you come that you put this company on the main board. We are holding you strongly to that, because here our word is our bond, and anybody that will be with us must maintain that policy. Your word now is your bond. We are initiating you to this company. No, we will accept you. Come as you are. I know my Oga at the top, Jude, will do justice to that. If he doesn't, I will know what to do. Thank you. So, yeah, I'm very, very happy that you said you will do this, you will do that. I've packaged all that you have said. By the next time you come, I will repeat them, because the Lipton tea, why I'm saying the home thing, the thing that you cannot look for, you will see it, the Lipton tea. He said if you want to see his real color, it is when you put him in the hot water. Yes. So, by the time you come to put your name into this main board, we will know your real color. Because you have said it, I want you to do it. Yes. And we are happy that we know that when the blind man said, if you stone me, I stone you, that they don't take him carelessly, because we know that the stone is in his leg. It's not when you stone him that you will begin to look for the stone. No. The stone is already on his own. I know by the time you are saying this, you are already doing something to put your name on the main board. And we will thank you, and we will thank the company for that. And I'll end this catechism because they say no, there's no long speech in the evening service. But I want to tell the brokers and those investors that are here, please invest, because I have confidence in them. You may say they are slow. The snail has told you, his slow movement is not that he cannot move. It's because of what he's carrying.
If you want to say that the snail is slow, carry your house and move around and see how fast it can move. I congratulate you, and I know you can do it.
Thank you very much. And on Doyen's Catechism's note, we bring this event to a close. A big thank you to everyone for joining us today. It's such a pleasure to have you all. We hope to see you all some other time at the exchange, and until then, enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.